Hey, what's up guys? Headed to Kentucky Lake Motor Speedway for the Bluegrass Nationals. Pretty excited about this. Here is one of the lakes. I don't know if that's Kentucky Lake or if that's Lake Barkley. There's a really cool region here called Land Between the Lakes, and a lot of different things to do there. So if you're ever out this way, you want to come in for a race, there's plenty to do around here. Great restaurant, local, called Patty's. You can get a pork chop, I want to say it's 2 inches thick, and I never get that one. I usually get the one that's like 1 inch thick, but they're ridiculous. They've got bread that's made in terracotta flower pots, and then they've got strawberry butter. So good. I wish I could go there today. But headed right now to Bluegrass Nationals at Kentucky Lake Motor Speedway, and tailing someone's hauler. Not sure who this is. Here's a Totorhome. Hey, what's up guys? So haven't been very active with the vlogging camera, but been getting a lot of great interviews with this little setup. Got some interviews I'm pretty excited about. Got Nick Hoffman and got Kyle Strickler, got Jason Riggs and Troy English, and just some of the regional guys and some of the local guys as well. So continue to do this and maybe get a couple more interviews, and then really just kind of focus on the racing action. Not going to do a Sights and Sounds this week. Just takes a lot of time to concentrate on what you want to video and all that. So we'll see you probably maybe in the infield for hot laps. So something you have to do to your tires in modified racing is to grind them. So you have to hone your grinding skills to knock the shine off the tires. And then another thing you need to do is to, what do you call this?
This is siping.
And what's the purpose of it?
Heats the tire up. I don't know, some say it dissipates the heat, some say it heats it up quicker. There's all kinds of theories.
Do you have to do this with every tire?
No.
Or just what tires do you do it on?
Usually A's and H's.
All the way around, or just rear or front?
Just the rear, yeah. Sometimes the front, if you run a hard tire on the front, you do the circumference of the tire. I've got one right here somewhere else. I'll try to show you instead of across.
So a team has to bring a wide selection of tires just for varying track conditions. So if you've got a nice hauler like this, you'll bring a lot of tires. And then there's some guys who just have to rough it with the 4 or 6 that they brought. So that is Modified Tires 101. Hot laps getting ready to begin here in a little bit. I'm not exactly sure how they're doing hot laps and qualifying and everything. They're running transponders this week, which makes it a lot nicer as far as them being able to time and all that kind of stuff. So here's what the track looks like. It's pretty nice looking right now, and car count's pretty good. A lot of competing shows this weekend, so be excited to see how fast they're looking. Hot laps out on the track right now. Limited Lates and stock cars have both had their hot lap session, so modifieds are coming out on the track right now. A little bit dry, not too bad, not compared to what it was like for week 1 here. But it's a little bit dry. I think they're having the modifieds roll around, get some of the loose dirt packed back in. So they'll be turning them loose here in just a second. One of the best parts of coming to the races is eating, and Bryce, Jewell Motorsport's kind enough to offer me some food. Looks like we got some hamburgers and dogs and some pork chops, so I'll be having some pork chops here in the Totorhome. So thanks guys. All right, so qualifying's on the track right now, and I want to give you guys an opportunity to see inside of a Totorhome. You probably see these things driving down the highway and think, oh man, it'd be awesome to ride in one, and it is, because I've done it before. But I just want to show you what's inside Bryce Jewell's Totorhome. So this is the cab part. And then the trailer park. So let's take a look real quick. They have a stackable one with a lift gate, so they usually put the car down on the lower side, put their four-wheeler up top. Oh, you're fine. So right here's where the car goes whenever they're transporting, and up here's where they can put a second car or they store their four-wheeler and whatnot. Parts and tools, tires, and then into the Totorhome part. And they cleaned it up for me, so show it off. So they got a bathroom with a shower, couple of bunk beds. So when they take their trip to Florida for speed weeks, they can just crash to the track if they need to. A lot of seating, table obviously with the food, refrigerator, they've got a nice microwave, sink, a couple of couches, satellite television for whenever you want to watch NASCAR at the track. So it's always awesome to be able to come in here and get the highlights of what's going on with the Cup race on a Saturday night when you can't be at home missing it. So sleeper up top, driving quarters up front. So this is what it looks like inside of a Totorhome. If you've ever been driving down the highway and you're like, oh, I wonder what it looks like in there. This is just one. I've been in a couple different styles, but it's definitely nice. If you're a racer and you can afford to have one, it's definitely worth it, especially if you're going to take any long trips to places like Eldora or Florida. So there you go. This week's exciting adventure was a tour of a Totorhome. Thanks, Bryce, Jewell Motorsports, for allowing me to show off the inside of your Totorhome. So we're here with world famous race car driver turned tire salesman Rob Penny. How you doing, Rob?
Not too bad.
So you're just excited to see that sun out, drying out that track, aren't you?
Yeah, it's gonna increase tire sales for sure.
So Rob's got a little shop here selling gas and tires at the track. So if you're at the track, come look up Speed Performance if you're at the track that they're at. And here we have the world famous racing photographer Josh James.
What's up?
Josh, how does it feel to be the #1 racing photographer when you're the only one in your category?
You said it, not me. I wouldn't even put myself in #1. So.
Well, I mean, if you're the only one in and you're #1, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah. #2 to nobody, I guess.
So yeah, these are some of the different people that are at a track besides videographers and stuff like that. So qualifying still on the track. It's getting dry. Daytime races just suck the water out of the track. So we'll see how qualifying goes. Late models are on the track right now, and crate lates are next, and then modifieds. Then we get into racing. I just thought of something else. I just started a Snapchat. Snapchat name is Wide Open Race Day. Wide Open Race Day. So if you're on Snapchat, go ahead and add us and send us some cool or funny racing pictures. Keep us entertained. Nick Nicely, he is the used parts king of Owensboro. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
What's your company?
D&J Auto Parts
And
Yank Pull and Pay.
so if you're in Owensboro, you're looking for some parts, that's where you need to head to. So there you go. It's a shout out to Nick Nicely. That's Lucas Lee's cars. Lucas Lee won the Toilet Bowl Classic this year, and so he got to take home a toilet bowl as a trophy. So pretty cool. As you're walking around the pits, everybody's got generators running, so it's always like super loud. But they try to put them in between the cars, so back where the work areas are at, it's not too bad. That's Chad Kinder's car. Pretty well known name around this area. Here's the English's cars. So I'm going to go up here and watch some qualifying action in the pit grandstands for the modifieds.
83 car to Paducah, Kentucky will be J.R. Mason. The 47 machine out of Mayfield, Kentucky, Rod Reed. And the 9M, he's out of Clearwater, Minnesota, is Dale Matheson.
Hey, David P. Cook, you ready? Hey, you and Reese switch to channel 3. You and Reese switch to channel 3 and talk on that part of everything. Yeah, so it don't interfere with the other stuff.
So after qualifying, they have to weigh in. Weighing around 2,500. So you got a car that weighs 2,400 pounds or a little bit more, and engines that put out 700 plus horsepower. I was at Terre Haute a couple years ago. Tony Stewart was there and actually had a Hendrix motor, and supposedly a Hendrix engine tuner was there, and they had an engine in the car that supposedly put out 900 horsepower, which I know the NASCAR engines put out around 850 horsepower, so not totally unbelievable, but he didn't win that day. So if you want to watch that video, I'll try to post a link right here, and you can go watch that video. It's pretty cool at Terre Haute. Qualifying's over, so now the head scratching begins. What do they need to change? How has the track changed from hot laps to qualifying, and how much will it change from time they're out there for qualifying till heat races? Like I said, it's a daytime race pretty much until it gets dark in a little bit, but the track's already going to kind of be sealed over with the rubber. It's already pretty dark, so it'll just keep getting harder and slicker. So they had to scratch their head, try to figure out what they want to change. Stock cars are going out on the track now. More and more changes. Chad Boone, winner of the Bluegrass Bash at Cedar Ridge 2 years ago. Pretty big race he won. Nick Hoffman's car. Will Krupp, who took a pretty good tumble a couple weeks ago, totally destroyed a car. But since destroying a car, he's won 2 races, so pretty excited for him. And he's got it pretty well hooked up tonight. This is the 2011 Kentucky State Tire Grinding Champion, runner-up 2 times in Indiana, but he's pretty good. Done a little body work. Talking to a guy from Minnesota, and he said that there's no track in their area that is quite banked like this, so he'd never ran a shock package like he did last night at Paducah International Raceway. So it's kind of weird, just not, I don't know, different areas of the country have different kinds of tracks. Midwest, a lot of 3/8 and bigger tracks. The mid-Atlantic area, I think there's probably a lot more tight quarter-mile bull rings, and then in the Midwest you got some of these big Haas tracks like this in Eldora that are super banked. So there's a good-looking car. So walk around the pits a little bit more. Someone from Dirt on Dirt's here, so I'm going to try to see if it's Michael Rigsby or someone else. If you haven't heard of Dirt on Dirt, it is a website where you can subscribe. They go and travel to a lot of most of the big races they have coverage on, and it's basically a news outlet for dirt late model racing. And they do some live events, but mostly they get, I know they do like the entire Hell Tour, they do a lot of NDRL races, and like probably about 90% of the big time super late model races, they are the media coverage, the main media coverage for that. So check out dirtondirt.com, and it's not too bad, it's not too expensive for a membership. So unpaid endorsement there. All right, so who's winning? Is Brandon Shepard winning?
Tell him who your favorite is, Cam.
Who's your favorite driver? Who? All right. So time-honored tradition of playing with your Matchbox cars at the racetrack. I'm sure Clint Dahl and I did that way back in the day when we were kids at Tyler County Speedway and all that. So. Are you the new driver? Aaron just couldn't cut it in qualifying, so you're going to drive. Is that what I hear? So this racing really is a family atmosphere. Kids in the pits, stuff like that, and they just grow up on dirt racing, and I don't know, just something gets in your blood, and you just got to do it every weekend if you can.
What's up, Bob?
Clayton Miller driving the 76M tonight. How we doing?
We just having a few motor issues, carburetor issues actually. Trying to figure out what's going on with it. All in all, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, jumping in it really the first time this year, it's all in all pretty decent. We just got to get it shook down, and get everything figured out on it. But
new motor coming in for you.
Hopefully
Monday?
our motor's supposed to be in Monday or Tuesday at the latest, and we should be back. It's kind of a big bummer. That's the reason we went to Paducah last night. I just kind of had an eerie feeling something's going on with the engine. I said, if it blows up, I'll let it blow up somewhere other than here tonight.
On a big track, yeah.
So we went last night. And of course, I don't know what happened to it, but it's knocking. So that ain't good.
No.
So anyway, I called Joe up. He said, yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna see what happens, man. You know, hey, I think we qualified somewhere around 13th or 14th or something, which ain't too bad. So we'll just see what happens from here.
All right.
Round and around the circles we go.
There we go.
As long as big circles, not little circles.
Yeah, that's right. Well, good luck.
Thank you, Bob.
Willie's carburetor. Did an interview with Willie a little bit ago, so hopefully that will turn out. I'm not sure. It may not have turned out too well, so I may drive up in the next few weeks to Willie's Carbon Dyno and actually do a tour of the shop and just see what they got going on. Matt Mervert, well, I misspelled his name on Facebook, and this guy travels around to a lot of the big races, and he's usually a top 5 contender in UMP Modifieds every year on the national scene. And more tire grinding. So you pay over $100 for a tire and you grind away part of it, but it makes it super sticky. I just lost one of the end caps on my headphones. So luckily the receiver is only a mono connection, so I can just plug it in on the right ear and not miss out on anything. I think I've got an extra one of those at home, but just a really good crowd of cars. I think 20-some late models, 34-ish modifieds, and then they got crate lates and stock cars as well. So heat races are up next. I'll probably just kind of vlog some of heat racing, and then I'm going to actually video coverage of the features. So see you in a little bit. They've posted the heat races from qualifying, so everybody's over here trying to see where they start and what heat. Here's the track. This is a lot of cars on the track, so that's why I took rubber pretty early and just continued to get a little bit more black and black. So feature should be good though. No major incidents in the heat races, and we'll be underway here in a few minutes. Almost feature time. Stock cars, crate lates, and late models shouldn't have consies, but I think the modifieds have consies. 20 are set into the feature right now, and I think they need to set 10 more. So they only took 5 from each heat race, and so should be like 12 cars or 15 cars for 10 spots. So I don't know if they'll do 1 or 2, but getting pretty excited for that. No major wrecks so far, a couple of little fender benders, but nothing serious. Thinking maybe next time I'm here, I want to get in the flag stand. And I'll video a race from the flag stand just to show you guys what it would be like to be a flagman at a track. So maybe do that here, maybe at another track, but definitely we'll do that sometime soon. Definitely a packed house here tonight, so that's a really good sign for this track, and just shows that people want to see big shows here. So hopefully they'll have a few more this year. This is a dusty night of racing, a lot of fun. Trent Young just won, did a burnout, and first time I've seen someone do a burnout in the modifieds for a while. Gotta go pick up my GoPro right now that I put over on the back stretch, and then I told him I'd see him in the pits for a quick interview. So those guys are pretty excited. It's 5,000 to win, so pretty big win for them. And a couple years ago, Trent was winning everything. If he went to a track, he was the one who was the favorite to win. So seems like he's getting back into that form. A lot of guys I know had a pretty good night. Little bit of controversy. I may do a "you make the call" type video. Hopefully I'll get a bunch of hits. Matt Mervert had taken the lead from I cannot think of the guy's name. He's from Minnesota. I'm sorry, man. And on a restart, you just have to make the call on it, what you think happened. But all in all, exciting night of racing. Track really blacked up. So Tyler Nicely, I think he had a pretty good finish. Levi Kissinger was up there somewhere. Bryce Jewell got caught up in an accident. I have no idea exactly what happened because it was pretty dusty at that point in time. So, but all in all, really fun night of racing. They're off next week. If you ever get a chance to come to this track, you definitely need to. It's a lot of fun, really fast, and just really good racing action. So pick up this GoPro, head to the pits, and get an interview. Headed over to Trent's pit. Looks like I'm not going to get an interview with Billy Moyer Jr., but I did get one hit with him before the race. So so much dust in my throat just dried me out. Hard to talk. But I will get a word with Trent here in a second. So. Frustrations of a videographer running out of memory card space, trying to interview Trent Young 3 times, and dadgum filling up memory cards. So looking for marketing partnerships here. You want to sponsor some videos, make some high quality modified racing videos. You have a business, hey, chip in some money for me to get a better camera and some better gear. So I'm going to finish up this interview, then hit the road. Next weekend, up in the air on what I'm going to do. Apparently, Kenny Wallace is going to be at Nebo, Western Kentucky Speedway, so I may go there. So, fun times. Here comes the awesome track announcer, Billy.
What up?
So there we go, another fun night at Kentucky Lake Motor Speedway with my messy hair. So like I said, don't know where I'm going to be going next week. Maybe Nebo, who knows. Several big races coming up. So hope you guys enjoy this. Hope you guys enjoyed the Totorhome tour. Enjoyed the races and the interviews I get to post throughout this week. So time to head to the house, and we'll see you next time.